Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping in. I sure appreciate it. And today's video is going to be so much fun because I am collabing with Miss Laura. Yay! I'm so excited. This has been so fun to kind of plan out and just something to look forward to, and it's finally here. And so I get the joy of collabing with her. So what we did is I had recently done a makeup inventory. So I sent her a list of my makeup inventory, and she pulled out some products that she also has in her stash. So what we're doing today is her and I are putting on the same products, of course, different shades due to our different skin tones and whatnot, but virtually the same products, and we're both going to apply them. And we're just going to kind of see where this goes. We're going to see how similar our looks come, how different they are. Does our age and maturity of our skin affect the way that it applies? I'm just really excited to kind of see how this goes. So Laura is also going to have her video up. I will link that down below, so make sure you also check her video out. But without too much further blabbering, let's go ahead and roll into this look. Okay, y'all, I'm still dealing with interim stools, interim lightings. I apologize if this is goofy and not quite what you're used to, but we're going to roll into this video. We opted to keep brows out of this. Brows are just too personal, friends. Brows are too personal, so I'll tell you what I used. I'm just kind of feeling like a real casual look today. I have a couple doctor's appointments and a couple meetings today, so I'm just trying to keep things, you know, neutral and comfy, if you will. So I didn't want to go like too bold or anything, but the two pencils I used are my two typicals, the NYX Micro Brow and the e.l.f. Instant Lift. The e.l.f. Instant Lift is in neutral brown and the NYX is in ash brown. And then I use the NYX Control Freak to hold it in place. Now that brows are out of the way, let's go with primer. We're going to do eye primer first. This is the Milani eyeshadow primer. You can pick this up at like Walgreens, Walmart, and I think it's less than 10 bucks. Of course, depends on the drugstore that you get it from. But we're just going to throw a little bit of this primer on here. This primer, I don't have oily eyelids or anything, but due to my hooded eyes and the deep set sockets, eyeshadow has a tendency to wear away quickly. So this is just a great way for the shadows to, you know, kind of stay in place with all the movement of the folds and everything. So that's why I use primer. While I'm waiting on that to set, my hair is a hot mess back here. I accidentally fell asleep with it wet. I know that's a no-no, but it's going to go up in a ponytail today anyways. You know, I'm just not a hair down and curly and flowy, beautiful kind of girl. Even if I take the time to actually do it, within an hour, I find it up in a ponytail. It's just, or like a messy bun. It's who I am. I'm no longer denying it. I'm embracing it. So I got my cute little headband in for today, though. I'm kind of excited. I really like this thing. It's super cute. Okay, so after eye primer, typically I like to go in with my eyeshadow. I'm not sure what order Laura is going to go in, but this is the order I'm going in today. So I'm going to pull up the eyeshadow palette here, and I'm so excited that this now is in Laura's stash because we get to play with it together in a sense. But it is the I Need a Nude from Natasha Denona. Let me go ahead and show you this beauty. Oh my goodness. Isn't she so pretty? And I just, oh man, I've gone some really like light, basic neutral looks. I've gone some really sparkly looks. I've gone kind of like a deep smokier look with this. So I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure where I want to venture with this today, but the possibilities are endless. So, I do think, because I am wearing kind of like a greenish shirt today, I'm going to try and keep it kind of neutral but sparkly. Let's just go with mesh in the crease. And I'm just going in with my trusty Profusion brush. It's from the Jurassic Park collection, and I'm going in with mesh. Just gonna throw this in the crease here. But yeah, I was so excited when Laura offered to do this. I was totally on board. Isn't she just a doll? If you haven't been to her channel yet, please run over there. Oh my gosh, she's so funny. I get so excited every time she uploads. She just has the most bubbly, cute personality. I adore her. I just absolutely adore her. She is so cute. And she's so knowledgeable and so thorough in her reviews. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've gone back and watched older videos of hers so that I could, you know, like, especially like her skincare routine. I'm kind of adopting her skincare routine because it seems like we have similar skin tone or skin type, excuse me. So I'm trying to like adapt to her her skincare. She's got a great video. It's her winter skincare routine. You should go check that out. She didn't post it too long ago. But I keep going back and like taking notes and rewatching because her skin looks so amazing. And as you can see, mine's a little rough these days. But I did start my snail mucin essence, and oh my gosh. I have already seen a major difference in the way that my foundation applies, so I'm really excited to keep going with that. But yeah, please go check her channel out. Watch some of her older stuff. She's a doll. So we just got a really nice, neutral, almost peachy leaning crease, which, perfect. So, I don't think I want to deepen the crease any further than this. Like I said, I'm not trying to go too dark today. I'm trying to keep it like really light and neutral, but I'm telling you what, Mia has my attention today. And it's funny because I don't gravitate towards this shade often, but it sure has my attention today. So Mia almost has like a pinky purple shift to it. So I don't know that it's necessarily going to match, but I can't keep my eyes off of it. So I'm going to lean more towards that. So I'm going to see if I can deepen up with some Vague here in the outer corner. And if it's not deep enough, we'll go into Stone. But I'm going to try with some Vague right here. Did I say we were going into? Uh-oh. Vague, right? Vague, yes. But, so today I'm going to a birthday party. So I am curious. Those of you that have ex-in-laws, do you still hang out with them? Do you get along with them? Because here's the thing. I'm divorced, and my ex-husband and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but we did not get along. And it was an extremely high conflict divorce. I'm not going to get into like the details of it necessarily. I do feel like you need to know a little bit in order to not be so judgy towards me. But I never cut off any type of relationship or anything like that. I want that to be clear. I hoped that his family would stay involved, but actually, like, I guess it turns out his family like cut off communication with him, and because of that, they never really had communication with me. And I don't know. So like after a divorce, I really didn't have a whole lot of contact with my my ex-in-laws, I guess. And like oddly enough, I really missed them because they're fun to hang out with, and without the pressure of like having to impress or anything like that. It's been really nice. Like we reconnected in early November, and the pressure of like not having to impress or like be nice to each other. Not that I would be mean, of course, but just like knowing I don't have to walk around on eggshells. If they don't like me, I don't care. You know what I mean? Because we don't have to be together. So, and we don't have to be together on Christmas or, you know, Thanksgiving or anything like that. If we want to be together, we can be together. If we don't, we don't. And so I think just that lack of pressure of trying to keep the peace was just so nice. And everyone was in such a relaxed state. And I felt like we hadn't missed a beat. We hadn't talked to each other in probably 7 years. And I feel like we hadn't missed a beat. It was phenomenal. It felt so good. And it made me start thinking like, what do people in this situation normally do? But here's what we're working with right now. I really like a deeper outer corner. So even though this is deeper, I want to go just a little bit more. So I'm actually going to pull Vague across my eyelid to almost the halfway point. But I am going to deepen it up. We're going to go in with... I think I lied to you guys earlier. I think I said Stone was a great deepening outer corner shade. I think I lied. I think I meant Tender. I'm actually like pretty sure I meant Tender. Tender is deeper than Stone, obviously. Hello, Michaela. I just woke up like less than an hour ago and I'm still drinking coffee. Please forgive me. But I'm going to go in with Tender down here, this darker brown, and just kind of darken up that outer corner a little bit more. But yeah, my point is we had a 7-year gap and it kind of sucks because like we just rebonded so quickly and it was just nice reminiscing. And like, I understand why we had that gap. I'm not upset about it. I'm not blaming anybody, nothing like that. It's just kind of wild how we just immediately reconnected and it was so pleasant. So I just, you know, curious, for those of you that have ex-in-laws and you have kids, do you guys still get along? Do you guys still hang out? Is that like a no-no? I'm just really curious. Pure curiosity, that's all. But I feel much better about this. Much darker outer corner. Don't worry about all this stuff. We'll clean it up here in a little bit, but I do feel a little bit better. It's not super dark, but it's a darker outer corner. I'm very happy with that. So guess what we're going into next? Miss Mia. I told you, I can't get my eye off of this. It's not originally what I intended to use, but I can't take my eye off it. So we're going to go into Mia right here. This one, it has like an almost pinky purple effect, but I don't even care. And I am going to go in with my finger with Mia. I just feel like these shades apply better with my finger. Like, it's definitely more of like a topper shade too. So I wonder if, you know what? Backtrack just a tad, just a tad. Take the shade right here called Fair. It's virtually my skin tone, but I feel like it's gonna help make Mia pop a bit. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of Fair and run this. See, it gives it just a tad bit of color. It's a little bit brighter than my skin tone. I think that's gonna help a lot. It also kind of mutes my lid a little bit more because the Milani eyeshadow primer is more on the sheer side. It's more for like grabbing versus like my Ulta matte primer, which has some opacity to it, so it hides more of like my discoloration and whatnot. But so now I've got Mia on there. I'm not going to use the NYX glitter primer today. I'm just going to go in over the top here. Yes, okay, so it definitely kind of alters the shift. So it's not, oh, these lights kind of wash me out. Let me see if I can. Sorry guys, like I said, I'm still working on lighting, but trying to kind of darken the lights a little bit so maybe you can see that shift, maybe not. How well you guys can see this. I will definitely like put up close-up pictures after I'm done filming so you guys can really see like the true color. Unfortunately, like I said, my lights are just kind of... Okay, so I turned off one of my lights, hoping we could kind of catch this, but you can really see it now that it's just kind of more of like a whiter base versus like the purple. I'm going to use the deepest shade right here, this one. This one's called Silhouette. I'm going to use that as a liner on the top, and I'm just going to speed through this real quick. I'm also taking Silhouette here on this brush from Sonia Kashuk. It literally is called eyeliner brush, but it's just a straight brush like this, and it's really, really thin. But I'm using that Silhouette shade. I think I'm going to press that along my lower lashes just to deepen up this bottom part right here, and just kind of use it as an actual eyeliner. I do have an eyeliner here in my stash that Laura and I are both going to be using, but I just feel like I'm gonna need some help today. I'm gonna need some help today. Any bit I can do to make myself look a little more lively today. You know, that's why I was kind of aiming for some sparkle and a brighter eye look so that I don't look so beat up and tired. And with Silhouette, so I'm gonna kind of blend it out with Tender and Mesh. I'm just gonna kind of mix these two right here and just kind of blend out that lower lash line. Okay guys, I feel pretty good about the eyeshadow. I think I'm ready to put her away for now and move on to the next step. Is eyeliner. This is the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner, and I'm using the shade Sunnyvale. I'm really excited to see Laura's eye look with her palette and see what she came up with and what eyeliner she's using, but I'm using the shade Sunnyvale. It's a light brown, so I'm just gonna throw it on the bottom. So there you go. Colourpop has a couple different shades, well, a lot more than just a couple. They have a lot of shades. But I also had this one from a holiday kit, and I couldn't quite figure out what the difference was. Now that I've got them next to each other, you can see that this is more of like a chocolatey brown, and this is more of a deep, deep brown. So I use this when I have like a darker, smokier brown, and I use this when I need a lighter touch of brown. Again, this one is in Sunnyvale. This darker, darker brown is called Brouhaha, and I know both are available on Colourpop. And I did pick up Sunnyvale at Target. I do think Ulta carries that one as well. But so I just threw that in that waterline there and just make sure I really connected it to that eyeshadow. I did end up touching back into the eyeshadow palette to Silhouette right there and just made sure I made a good solid connection between the liner and the shadow. Next up is mascara. This is the Colourpop Level Up mascara. Laura's the one that turned me on to this, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have that Colourpop mascara on the upper lashes. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I don't love this mascara for my lower lashes. It tends to make them a little clumpy and I don't love that. So I'm just going to throw on the Essence Lash Princess in the green tube, but just on my bottom lashes real quick. So funny because that Colourpop one does not make my upper lashes clump at all, but it always makes my lower ones clump. I don't know. But the eye look is done. I'm loving this. It's just exactly what I was hoping for today. Just light, easy going, pretty and girly. I'm feeling it. Next up though is going to be foundation. Any guesses? Laura and I had a lot in common and I was kind of excited at the one she picked. I was like, yes, thank you. Oh, hold on. I lied. Not foundation yet. Primer. Ha, sorry, primer. e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I don't know if she's using the putty version or if she's using the liquid one. I don't know. Oh, hold on. Okay, you can almost see the pan in there. I'm hoping we hit pan together today. Hold on. Oh, not yet. Okay. I was thinking maybe we could hit pan together on camera. I have literally been digging at this for several days. Like, I can see the pan, but I can't see the pan. You know what I mean? Because, like, when I hold it up to the light, you can kind of see through it. Like, it's right there. I can see through it. I'm gonna see the actual plastic container any minute. Any minute. I may not hit it today, but nope. We hit it. We hit it, my friends. I am cheating a little bit by moving the product around, but we hit it. There it is. I cheated a tiny bit by moving the product around, but we did it. I knew I was coming. I knew it. So I've just noticed that, like, recently, I used to just put just like a little tiny swipe right there, but I've noticed that my texture in this area of my skin has just been getting worse. I don't know if it's a skin barrier issue or not, so I find myself kind of pulling down my primer a little bit more into this texture. It helps. But I finally did it! That much closer to the liquid version. So I'm going to let this set for a second and then we'll come back and do foundation. So now moving into foundation, I feel pretty good. We're all right. It's been at least 60 seconds. So this one I was really excited because we have a lot of foundations in common, and I was kind of secretly hoping she would choose this one because I haven't used it in a hot minute and I do really love it. And it's the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. For reference, if you've only been here for a couple minutes, I am a fair to light, leaning definitely more on the fair side right now, but fair to light skin tone with warm undertones. And the shade that I use in this is Fair. I don't know if you heard that scream. They're playing, they're not fighting, which I'm grateful for, I suppose. But I am in shade Fair. I've got some new brushes I've been testing, but yesterday was brush cleaning day. And I have to tell you guys, I am in no way, shape, or form advertising this, being paid for this, nothing. I'm just sharing some good things to you guys. But the Sigma Magic Scrub. Yeah, Magic Scrub from Sigma. It's like a brush cleaning kit. It's like a little compact, and it has suction cups on the back, and you suction cup it. And basically, it's kind of like a solid form of soap, almost like a bar soap, but it has little like rubber bristles in it. It is amazing for cleaning brushes. I've never cleaned so many brushes so fast. I cleaned my entire set of brushes. We're talking like all of these brushes in 28 minutes. And the reason I know it was 28 minutes is because I have a 30-minute lunch break and I always set a 28-minute timer so I don't miss clocking back in. I'm trying to find my brush. Here it is. I'm just using the e.l.f. Duo complexion. I called it dual complexion before, but it's duo. Oh well. You can see it. But I washed all those brushes in 28 minutes. Because I finished it right before my alarm went off. And I was so impressed. It made it just so much faster. I mean, I'm sure there's other options, like an actual bar soap or something. But I've learned that, like, a lot of commercial cleaners either leave like a film on my brush, or they like just don't clean it as good, or they've got a scent to it and I can smell it on my brush later. And I have very sensitive skin, so it kind of irritates my skin. But that Sigma Magic was amazing. Now, it is kind of expensive in my opinion. It's like $26, but this particular Sigma Magic scrub that I got was actually free in an order. I think it came with my Beauty and the Beast order maybe. I don't know, but they do a lot of deals on it. And they do a lot of like free shipping, no minimum. So if like you ever want to try it, I highly recommend it. It didn't leave a scent on my brushes. It didn't leave a film on my brushes. Like, it's definitely amazing. I got my brushes done so quick. Like, I was absolutely shocked I got all those brushes done in 28 minutes. Normally, that's like a 2-day process. But yeah, so if y'all are looking for a new way to clean your brushes, highly, highly recommend. Okay, I feel pretty white right now. I can't wait to get some bronzer on. I feel pretty white. Okay, so sticking with the Wet n Wild, we came together with the concealer being Incognito. This is the Mega Last Incognito. This is a full coverage, and my shade is light beige. What I really like for my concealer right now is this brush. It came in my Jessup brush. It's an MUL08. I got this off of Amazon in a set, but I've been using one of these, and I really like the way this blends out. It's really stiff though, I will say. I have a couple other brushes I'm testing, like I mentioned before, from my Amazon haul. Oh, that's where I was going with that, talking about brush cleaning. I am not using them today because I missed them in my brush cleaning a few days ago when I did all my brushes. So I had to do those last night and they're not quite dry yet. So, but there we go. Concealer is done. I don't feel like I need any spot concealing today. So we're going to move on. Bronzer, at least for me, next up in my routine. I'm not sure about Laura again, but for me, it's going to be bronzer. And we settled on the e.l.f. Putty bronzer. I don't know if she's using the luminous or the regular, but mine is just the regular one. And my shade is in Tan Lines. And I've got quite a dip in this one too. I'm waiting to hit pan on this one. For this one, I'm actually going to use my e.l.f. Putty Primer applicator brush. It's got that little scoop. I don't like to use it for my putty primer. To me, it's just so many extra steps. I'd rather just use my finger like I did earlier, because I always wash my hands before I start. But this is clean. It's just stained from all the bronzer I use it for. But I'm just going to use this bad boy and throw a little bit on here. I've kind of mentioned this before. This has a little bit more of like an orangey tone to it, and then Laura had mentioned that the luminous one is more cool toned. So if you don't mind a more luminous bronzer and you prefer it to be not orangey, maybe you ought to go for that one. I have a warm undertone, so I don't necessarily mind a little bit of oranginess. Of course, I don't want to be out here looking like a clown, but I am definitely getting a much warmer, slightly orange effect with this bronzer. But again, I don't mind it. I just make sure it's just really blended out, and I might even go back in with my foundation brush and just kind of touch in this area where it fades out. Okay. And for blush, we're doing the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blush. I do like this luminous version. This is the shade, what is the shade? Maui. They make it so small. That's the name right there. Right there. Holy moly. But it does say Maui. It does say Maui. This one I have learned I actually prefer an application with my finger because I like to warm it up first. So I do get it up on my finger. And then I will have a stipple brush handy. This is also e.l.f. Man, we're going e.l.f. heavy today. This is the Dome Stipple Brush from e.l.f. I have this on hand to help blend it out. But this one I will put above my cheekbone and kind of right into this area right here. And it does sheer out decently, so I kind of pack that on and then I will stipple it out. Oh, this color goes so nice with the shadow. Yay! But there we go. And it kind of adds that like luminous where you don't even really need, in my opinion, a highlight. But we're going to do one anyways. So this one I will keep up high on my cheekbone, and I'll carry it up like this direction. I know there's like a trend or a recommendation to carry it up behind your eye. I don't know. I don't know. I keep trying it once in a while, and I'll pull up a little bit of like whatever's left on the brush up that way. But as someone who has a really natural, heavy flush, I try to be really careful about blush application and blush placement. That's why I like a stipple brush, because it'll shear it out for me. Blush scares me. I'm just going to be real with you. Blush scares me. I'm so afraid of always like overdoing it. But it's coming together so nice. Okay, so we're almost done here. As a highlight, we both agreed on the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I love this as a highlight. I know a lot of people use it as like a full base product, and I do sometimes in the summer. I'll use this instead of a foundation. But I really just like this as a highlight. It's the perfect highlight. In my case, this is the shade. Uh-oh. What shade is this? Oh, maybe I am getting bad eyes. This is shade 2, Fair Light. That's accurate. But I honestly, like, I literally scrape most of the product off. This tube will last me a freaking lifetime with how gentle I am. But I will literally just put like a dot out here and a dot out here. Honestly, it's not necessary with this luminous blush, but I feel beautiful and glowy today. My hand is clean. I cleaned off that blush that I used. My middle finger is just kind of like my go-to. I feel like I have the most control, but I will just pat this out like out here. And I do have to be careful with this, not to get it too close to my like crow's feet, because it will accentuate it. So I'm honestly just kind of running along the edge of that blush, because like I said, that blush is a luminous blush. It does a great job of adding its own like highlight. But there we go. Isn't she lovely? Okay, so I'm going to cheat just a little bit. She does not have this in her routine, but I have really come to find that with my new skincare, I do need this extra step, and the powder that we agreed on to use to set our face does not work for me in this particular area. So I am using my new Velour Puff. Oh my gosh, these are so soft. I'm so in love. But I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in shade 110. I just dip my puff in, rub it in, and then I will actually, because there's a lot of product on there, I'll rub it on the back of my hand first to get it smooth so there's not a ton of excess product. And then I will just tap this in under my eye. I'm only using it under my eye. It doesn't like it anywhere else on my face. And this other powder that Laura and I agreed to use does not work under my eye like this one does. So I'm just kind of tapping it in. So now I can move on and put that away. So the powder Laura and I are using together is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. I love this because I've had some higher end powders in my stash before. I also highly recommend putting the lid on before you shake it, because now it's all over my lap. But I love this for all over set. I have had higher end powders, and honestly, this performs just as good, and it's a fraction of the price. I don't understand that, but yeah. So I'm just gonna use a big old fluffy brush here. Let's stick in the e.l.f. category today for brushes. This is my pointed powder, and I'm just gonna dip it in and just do a nice light setting here. I will say though that like my skin is at its ultimate driest right now, and it doesn't necessarily love powder, but I feel so glowy and so pretty. Let's go ahead and set this bad boy real quick. We are using the NYX Matte Finish 16-hour setting spray. I'm new to setting sprays, so hang on. That's an aggressive setting spray. And last but certainly not least, some of my favorite products is the NYX Fat Oil Slick Click. I can never remember the name of this thing. This particular shade is called Going Viral. It's a little more pink than I typically prefer to wear, but I feel like it's going to accent my like pinky cheeks and my pinky eye. It's so perfect. I actually have a couple other shades in this that I haven't used yet. I saved them up for that like trying new products video. So you'll see them soon, but This is the one that I've been using, and you can see like my lips are, I did a lip mask last night, but they're pretty dry today. But that's what I love about this, and I talked about this before, but these are a great alternative, in my opinion, for those of us that hate lipstick. I hate lipstick. I absolutely hate lipstick. I keep trying with lipstick. It doesn't work. Lipstick does not work for me. And this literally is a very pigmented balm. It's very soft. It feels like a chapstick, not chapstick, a lip balm, a very buttery lip balm. It feels phenomenal. Like, it's slippy, it's slidey, but not in a bad way. It's comfortable. It's a lip balm. I love it. Now, this shade is a little more vibrant pink than I typically like to wear. However, it does, I don't want to say it dries down, because the balm itself doesn't really dry down, but the color mutes itself after a few minutes. It doesn't go away, but it won't be quite this vibrant for this long. But I love this. To me, this is the perfect alternative to lipstick. It's extremely pigmented, but it feels so comfortable. Now, you do have to apply it like a lip balm, but big deal. See, this is my comfort zone. This right here is my comfort zone. This is what we're going to just embrace for the year. But so here is the final look. I'm going to kind of get close up here. Hopefully the lights don't wash out too bad. I'm really sorry about this, guys. I'm working on it. My new chair is due to be here today via Amazon, so once that new chair gets here, I'll reevaluate my light and position setup. I'm sorry, I'm super itchy right here. Trying not to like scratch away this fresh makeup. But so here's the final look. I am so excited and happy that Laura wanted to collab with me on this, and I cannot wait to see what her look looks like. That's what I love about collabs like this, is when you give two people a palette, they're gonna either have, you know, if they have similar tastes, they might have a similar look, or they might have polar opposite looks. So I'm really curious to see how it performs on her skin, how her eye look comes out, you know, the order of application for her. So I can't wait to see this. Please, again, go check out her channel and her corresponding video. And in the meantime, I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much. Bye.